Yes, he has to be.
Oh,
he has to be because he owns Tom Brady on the biggest stages of all time. If I owned Michael Jordan in the finals and I'm 7th all time in passing yardage, or I say I'm 7th all time in points scored, and I owned Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals, you kind of got to consider me as one of the GOATs. Because your favorite GOAT couldn't do it. Peyton never did it. Aaron Rodgers never did it.
So here's the thing, right? Outside of what? A few years of Tiki Barber and Odell Beckham Jr., like, what did he really have on offense around him?
I just told you.
Yeah.
Victor Cruz, Hakeem Nicks. Don't sleep on Hakeem Nicks. Hakeem Nicks
lost all his sauce.
Before he shattered his kneecap.
All of his sauce.
Before he shattered his kneecap, that man was nice. I don't even like North Carolina receivers, but I'm not going to shit on Hakeem Nicks.
I'm saying they had
the 29th overall pick, by the way.
They had solid to good players, but outside of Odell and Tiki,
they didn't win with Odell or Tiki.
Players. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm telling you.
But that's because
when you compare. Can you just shut the fuck up and listen? Because you're not even listening. You're just arguing with me. You're not even hearing what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I'm hearing you. I just like arguing.
Exactly, bro. Just listen. This isn't an argument show. This is a conversation show.
You kind of cut me off while I was making my point, but go ahead.
Because you haven't let me talk like most of the show. True or false? Am I off base? All right, that's what I thought. Anyways, as I was saying, Eli's never had elite talent around him. He's not Kurt Warner. He's never had Larry Fitzgerald or Torrey Holt or Isaac Bruce for all of his career. One. And two, as you alluded to, he beat Tom Brady. Like, he's the only reason why Tom Brady doesn't have 8 Super Bowl rings. That alone is enough for him to get in. That's it. That's it.
I'd say he kept Tom Brady from getting 10 Super Bowl rings.
Well, for sure 8. For sure 8.
Randy Moss. Imagine if Randy Moss wins a ring and they go back the next year. Junior Seau retires with the Super Bowl ring. Imagine what they do with free agency and then the draft. It changes their whole prospects of them winning.
I think the only thing that will make it hard for Eli to get in is if for some reason Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers all retire this year. So Eli needs to get a jump on it and just retire this year.
Just retire
before
now?
all of them, yeah.
Retire like at the bye week? Like, all right, guys. All right, I'm out. All right, I'm going to head out like the SpongeBob meme.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think Daniel Jones looked good in preseason. There's been a lot of hype around him, so we'll see what that's about. As long as he's not, Paxton Lynch or Johnny Manziel, I'm sure.
Nah, he's safe for what his talent is. He's a game manager. He's definitely a game manager. You don't need him to be a Patrick Mahomes. See, I think there were certain cats who were just lifetime game managers, and then there are certain people who are transcendent talents. Like, I don't think
Trubisky's a lifetime game manager.
He is. McNabb was a game manager, and then he got T.O.
Somewhat.
And then he hit a different level. Culpepper was a game manager, and then him and Randy Moss took off.
I think the difference between Donovan McNabb and, like, let's say a Trent Dilfer is McNabb could make your 3rd and 25.
4th and 26.
4th and 26.
But
he could make those plays. He could rise to the occasion.
By the way,
he could do something elite.
By the way, don't you just hate Freddie Mitchell? He's a terrible Twitter follower.
No, I don't follow him. I don't know why you follow Freddie Mitchell. That's so random.
I searched him and
I'm like,
makes
no sense for you.
Like, okay. Wow, I was right. I hate UCLA receivers. Name a good one. Name a good one.
But yeah, so I know you rose the question on the rundown. Is this going to be something that leads to the demise of Saquon Barkley? Is his career going to go wasted now?
I mean, we see how they treat star players in New York.
Except for
they don't have a powerhouse defense.
That team is built around a running back just because they're not built around anything else.
Because their defense is
like
shredded
Saquon Barkley is literally the only thing that happened.
And Evan Ingram.
Like
who they don't get the ball. Who they don't get the ball enough to. Let me have a tight end who runs a 4.4, 6.3, can catch and do a little bit of everything. I'm not throwing him the ball 7 times a game, 10 times a game. Like I would be pissed if I was Evan Ingram.
Yeah, just get Shockey as the tight ends coach.
Honestly, I would rather see Kevin Boss get him in too. It was Kevin Boss. Who else was Brandon Myers, who was a Raiders cast off. The Raiders and Giants just trade good players from time to time. The Raiders had Amos Zaraway. That's crazy.
And another big move, I guess big news making move. The Cowboys parted ways with 2017 first round pick Taco Charlton.
Michigan defensive end, ran a guy we
both thought was a reach. And
third round pick at best.
Waived him where he got picked up by the Dolphins. Where pass rushers go to die.
Yes.
Just ask Jason Taylor.
Just ask Robert Quinn, who's coming back from injury. And where's Cameron Wake at?
No, Quinn's coming back from suspension.
Cameron Wake's with the Titans, right?
That sounds right.
Because I feel like he is.
That sounds right. But yeah, that's pretty sad. The Titans tried to fuse together the Dolphins, and they still couldn't do anything.
They got Tannehill as their backup QB and Marcus Mariota,
which they might go to soon because they just got their ass whooped.
Yeah, it was bad
by a backup QB, by Nick Foles' backup QB. When your backup QB is backup to a backup, what are they really?
A really bad Madden rating?
Side hoes can't be sugar mamas. Is that the title of the episode?
I think it is. It is. But we gotta no. Let's break that down. How many side hoes have been sugar mamas?
You can't.
Damn, that's genius shit, bro. Like, you didn't even say that drunk or high. You said that tired.
You said that tired. I'm not so like when I'm tired. Like honestly, 90% of the shit I say sucks. But there's just like that 10% that was like extraordinary
of genius,
and it's like,
I'm proud of you. That like, damn.
But yeah, man. So do you care about Taco Charlton with the Dolphins?
No, because he's just like Charles Harris out of Missouri. Same dude, skinny, can maybe make you miss with some smoke and mirrors, but not really all that great. He's a rotational player.
Pray for Rashawn Gary.
Nah, Rashawn Gary actually has talent. And the Packers defense has been balling out. That interception that Kevin King had in the end zone, by the way, why was Kirk Cousins trash? Kirk Cousins is trash.
He really is.
Like trash. Like I'm saying, no one should ever draft a Michigan State quarterback ever. Like ever. Like certain schools, like you should just never draft players in certain positions. I would never take a USC quarterback. Ever. I don't care if they ran a 4. I don't care if they ran a 4 flat and literally were the son of God.
How about a Fresno State quarterback? We'll get to that later.
I mean, are they MAGA fans? Or enthusiasts?
They fall into that gray area.
So you mean the gray area that's mostly white, like most of their neighbors?
Woo! I got into this tussle with the Broncos fan randomly.
A tussle?
He was like, I hate Derek Christ and his whole... He's like Tim Tebow and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, fuck Tim Tebow. Thank you for reminding me.
I was like, he's not that bad, first of all. And then so like an hour later, he was talking about Phillip Rivers, and he was like, no, Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. I was like, wait, hold up. You got a problem with Derek Carr and his religion, but you ain't got a problem with Phillip Rivers and his religion and his 17 Mormon kids?
I'm confused.
Driving around on a bike on a Sunday?
I have been moved.
I'm impacted and afflicted.
I've been assimilated.
Yeah, I just veered your lingo right now.
I've been assimilated into a corner of oppression.
Ringo, Lucy.
Dodge Durango. Holly Berry. All right.
So let's get to college football news since You actually had a lot in that section today, so go for it.
I really didn't. But
LA college football is dead.
It really is. I don't know why Joshua Kelly hasn't been playing for UCLA. That scared me a little bit. I was not expecting that shit. I haven't heard a gunshot in a while. Hey, play that one more time.
Oh man! Hey!
We need our old sounds from the other studio. I might go pull up on Studio One and get our old sounds because I need to boo.
And then make that a. And then
just boo.
Make that some content. I need that.
Boo.
I need that. Hey! One more time.
Oh man! Hey!
We were talking about religion a couple minutes ago. USC lost to BYU, dog. 30-27 in overtime. I was at the Good News Radio showcase while this was happening on the way to the showcase, and I was just disgusted and like afflicted. Like, bro, you lost to BYU, the school that didn't purposely want to join the Pac-12 because you would have been like, yo, your religious restrictions are really like crazy. And we're not going to have you in the Pac-12 conference with all those religious restrictions telling people who they can't have sex with or kiss or hold hands with.
Thunderstorms don't get drive-bys, except for on this show.
Oh, my goodness. By the way, you got to see that video of those two Jamaican players who got struck by lightning in the middle of a match. That shit was crazy. But anyway, so... Utah beat the dog shit out of BYU. Like, they beat them up, and then there was like a weather delay, and then they came back and then beat their ass. Like, it was a blowout. I think it was like 31. They had like 3 pick sixes in the game. Like, if Utah's defense was a fantasy football team, I would have probably gotten like 40 points. They scored more points on fantasy football, if that existed in college football, than the Patriots did with all the pick sixes against the Dolphins last week. It was bad. So now Utah is playing USC tomorrow, Friday, and USC's not looking too hot. Like, Clay Helton, just so many blown calls and bad decisions. I don't understand a team with this much talent. It's just stupid and crunch time and just can't.
See, like, that's my whole quorum with this whole issue that's going on.
You said quorum. Ooh.
I don't even know if I used that right.
You didn't, but it's okay.
Quorum? Is that what I was trying to go for?
Your
query?
Query's like your quarrel. Quarrel. You have a quarrel.
There we go.
QUARREL, if I'm not mistaken.
Whatever, fuck it. My whole issue with this whole issue is that
we can't. It's okay. You can't spell. It's okay.
My whole issue is amongst this whole basic decade of ineptitude from USC, UCLA has made absolutely zero ground. Zero ground,
bro.
They had one okay season under Mora.
In the words of AJ Johnson in the Players Club, did you even at least pinch the bitch?
And even when they were getting talent with Mora, it didn't even matter. Like, it's just frustrating.
They were getting blown out by Texas and BYU.
Because here you have all this dysfunction going on across the city, and you really haven't had any of it. And other than your own shittiness, your own bad coaches, your own injuries, and they've been recruiting well. Like,
kind of well.
For the UCLA, they've been recruiting well.
Josh Rosen was the best recruit they've gotten.
Yeah.
And they haven't really. They had the dude, he's a transfer. Jaden Phillips, who was like the number 1 edge rusher in his class, and now he's at Miami. So they can't even keep guys. And then you got a UCLA football player, former player, suing them for how he was treated. And then you look at Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly looking, I don't know, disinterested, dismayed. I don't know what's going on at UCLA, but it's toxic. And it's not good. And the part of it has to do with
their ass beat by Oklahoma, and my poor homie Wu called out of work for that.
Like, they stopped him out.
He called out of work to go watch his team get their ass whooped.
Like, imagine
in an empty stadium.
Imagine seeing somebody get their ass whooped so bad, and then the person whooping the ass whispers in your ear and says, "I mastered you, you little bitch." That's pretty much what Oklahoma did.
Damn.
Like, they literally said, "I own you," wherever you go. Like, remember years ago when UCLA beat the hell out of Oklahoma with, like, Maurice Jones-Drew and Drew Olson, that their best year, honestly, I'd say